Yeah. I got an Easter in physics.
Oh, we.
I did. Oh, I got an Easter in literature. What the heck? I got an E in enterprise. No. E in French. Easter in French. What the heck? Four Easters. 5. That's me on the video you just saw. You probably clicked on this video to up your IGCSE game from here to here, and I can take you there. Just listen to my tips, and yeah, of course you can tweak them however you may want to, like tweak my tips, but these are the things that I did to help me get 7 A stars at IGCSE. A full rundown of my results are that I got 7 A stars and 2 A's. I'll put my results here, but guys, I'm not gonna read them all out, but yeah, those are my results, and yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna go through the subjects that I did. Oh, by the way guys, I'm gonna be, if I look this side, it's because I'm looking at my script. If I did a script for this video, guys, I'm actually being serious, but yeah. So basically the subjects that I did are Maths Extended, Biochem Physics, English Language, Literature and English, Global Perspectives and Enterprise, and French. Yes, and French, yes. So I'm just gonna be going through my subjects in that order. Yeah, I'm gonna have tips on each subject, and then at the end I'm gonna have like a more general tips, like in terms of IGCSE as a whole, like in case you haven't done some of the subjects that I've just listed right now, right? So also, if you want any more in detail videos about specific subjects, just comment down below and I'll tell you. Well, no, if you want videos that are detailed about specific subjects and I see there's a demand, I'll make a video on it. But trust, I have a tight schedule, A levels and all, but yeah. So let's start with maths. Hey guys, maths was my worst subject, one of my worst subjects. My worst subject was physics, but we'll get to that. But maths was one of my worst subjects, bro. Like, yo, guys, I remember in Form 4. This was in Team 2, I remember. Maybe I took a video. If I can find the video, I'll insert it here. What did I get in maths?
What did you get?
What did I get? I got a B.
Hey, the quality is so nice.
You got a 58%. But guys, I got like a 58% in my maths test. Like, guys, that was so bad. Like, but then at that moment is when I was like, okay, I won't lie, it wasn't at the moment, but like, yeah, I guess I knew what I had to log in. But yeah, that just shows that I'm not really naturally smart in maths. But despite that being the case, I still got a 90 in my final, still got an A star in maths. So guys, it's possible. So basically, yeah, like I went from a D to an A star within the span of a few months. Yeah, and like I remember in my mocks, I got like a 90% on the dot, like percentage raw mark, not even with a threshold. So guys, like, you can, maths is like a subject. I like maths for the simple fact that if you just do past papers, you'll pass that subject. Like, it's not really rocket science to study, like where you have to do mind maps, flowcharts, whatnot. Like, you just do the past paper questions and you're chilled. But basically my tips are that you just learn concepts from videos and you ask your teacher for help for questions where you don't understand. Yeah, personally, I was the type of person that learns more. I'm the type of person that learns more from like videos and stuff. So I don't really learn well from just reading notes. Just learn from videos, draw past paper questions, and ask your teacher for help. Just that basic stuff like that. It's not really rocket science to study maths. Resources I recommend are Ginger Mathematician. It's Ginger Mathematician. She carried me, but even in A levels now, he's once I'm like, he's that guy. But yeah, Ginger Mathematician, Math Lead by Sad. And then for past paper questions, I recommend Papa Cambridge, the website, or Past Paper School. Like, they're basically the same thing. Yeah. Next subject, biology. I feel like this is one of the easiest IGCSE subjects to pass, because all the notes and stuff you need are on the videos, like on the resources that I'm about to give you. Like, you don't even need to, like, guys, I'm gonna be real, IGCSE biology, you don't even need to read out of the the syllabus. Like the syllabus just gives you verbatim every single thing that you need to know. So all you need to do is just watch those videos, because those videos are based off of the syllabus. And the videos I'm talking about are the videos by IGCSE Study Buddy. Like that channel thought that like should be your holy grail for studying IGCSE biology, right? I saw that they're posting stuff about chem, but I didn't use them for chem. So I don't know about that, but I just know that in bio, like, hey, and guys, be warned, your bio teacher might not finish the syllabus, so you must always be ahead on bio. Like, just try to be ahead of your class. Try to finish the syllabus before your class finishes the syllabus. Because I know personally, my teacher finished the syllabus like a few weeks before mocks. Like I know it was a very short time period. Like I knew what. Hey, so, but I was fine because I had already studied ahead using IGCSE Study Buddy, so I wasn't that stressed because I was like, get learning. Like it's just to grind out past papers at this point. So yeah, just watch those videos, make short notes, and yeah. But personally, the only thing that I might change is maybe making like those one-sheet summaries for every topic, because it's not like IGCSE Bio is that much to the point where you need to add every single thing, like many keywords. Like it's not that much, you get me? So I think you can make those one-sheet summaries, like, and then you write double-sided summaries for every single topic, so that you can have something to go over every single time you have your tests and stuff. Maybe you can try flashcards, but if I'm gonna be honest, I tried flashcards. I tried to make flashcards. Guys, I didn't use them. I won't even lie. Like the subjects I used flashcards for were French, like mainly French, like French, maybe physics. But yeah. So do past paper questions. If you're still learning the content right now, just use IGCSE Study Buddy and topical past paper questions after you learn the topic. If you are done with the whole syllabus and you just want to like refine your knowledge, do full-time past paper questions. You can find those on Papa Cambridge. So resources I recommend are Study Buddy, IGCSE Study Buddy on YouTube, and Physics Maths Tutor for topical past paper questions, and Papa Cambridge for full past papers. Make sure you time yourself, guys. Time management is very important, especially for paper 4. Like that's where you need time. Oh guys, I need to preface this by saying that I didn't do a practical. I didn't do a practical at IG. I only did alternative to practical. So there's that. If you want me to go deeper into my sciences and how I pass my sciences, comment down below, and maybe I'll do full videos for each subject that you want. Next is physics. To be honest, this was my like the worst subject for me. Like, bro, hey guys, I don't know what happened with physics, because initially I was like, okay, no, physics is not that bad. Guys, just one random day in form 4, was it form 5 term 1, I just started finding the subject so hard. Like I just couldn't grasp the topics, bro. Like, and guys, I'm gonna come clean now. I don't know how to work Fleming's left-hand rule, yet I got an A star in physics. Guys, I know I scraped that A star, I won't even lie. Thought that A star was all God's work. I won't even lie. That A star. Guys, so I'm not the best person to come to when it comes to physics, but I'm gonna just give you guys some tips, I guess. Take these with a grain, like just a grain of salt. There's definitely better. I don't even do physics at A level, bro. Like I knew there's no future there. But anyways, I'd recommend you have like a sheet of all your formulas and also a sheet of all your definitions, because that's basically all physics is about. Yeah, watch videos to learn the topics, and then you do topical past paper questions after you are done learning each topic. Try to do short notes for every topic so that you can be able to just flip through and review them. At IG, I did physical notes, like I hand wrote my notes, but right now in A-levels, I'm typing them down because there's just too much content for me to get through, for me to be writing down notes. Like I feel like that's a waste of time. But I feel like at IG, it was okay for me to be writing down notes. I think maybe it helped a bit. For this one, also go through your syllabus so you know. Oh, I forgot to mention, for bio, go through your syllabus. For bio and physics, go through your syllabus, like tick off things that you have covered and everything, because your teacher may leave out some stuff, and in the rush to finish the syllabus, they may not cover some stuff, because that's happened to me before. Like our teacher sometimes skipped some stuff in the syllabus and we had to bring it up in class or after class, and like, you know, and then yeah, thought that it's honest mistake. I don't know, teachers are human too as well, so yeah, not to attack them for that or anything. Yeah, and then after you're done, well, to be fair, guys, when you hear me saying that you should be doing topical past paper questions, also try to do past papers like sparingly as well, even though you don't know the full content, just to practice your time management skills. But of course, try focus a bit more on topical past paper questions. So resources I recommend are Pla Academy and YouTube. I feel like that YouTube is like the best. Like it compacts all the information that you need to know in the syllabus. Like it just goes by syllabus point. It's basically like IGCSE study buddy but for physics. So I think it's a very good resource for IGCSE. Physics maths tutor for topical past paper questions, and Papa Cambridge for full past papers. You know the drill. But chemistry, this was my favorite subject. I feel like people rate chemistry, IGCSE chemistry too much. Like guys, IGCSE chemistry is the easiest science. Like let's be so real. Like this, guys, the syllabus is so short. Like guys, IGCSE chemistry syllabus is like this. Like when I say bio is easy, it's just a lot of content relative to other IGCSE subjects. But next to chemistry is like this, bio is like this, and chemistry is not even that hard to understand, if I want to be real. Like not as hard as physics to understand. So I feel like it's the easiest science to pass. I got the highest mark in bio and chem for my IG, so only that's biased for me. But yeah, I feel like it's not that hard. So for this one, I'd say guys, if I'm gonna be honest, my chem teacher was very good, so that helped me quite a lot. It was very motivating to go to class because he was passionate about the subject. But yeah, I say watch videos, topical like videos, and write short notes on each topic. For chemistry, like specifically organic chem, I'd say have like a flow chart of every like alkenes, alkanes, every like formula and whatnot, and yeah, just have a flow chart of organic chem as a whole that you can skim over, because people say that that's the thing that gives them the most trouble. Organic chem and stoichiometry, that's what they say gives them the most trouble. For stoichiometry, just do as many past paper questions as you can. You'll get better with it as time goes on. For organic chem, it's better to just have that flow chart that you can go over every time. I had a flow chart that I had like sorry for the noise if you heard, but like I had a flow chart. I don't know if I'm gonna have, if I can find it, but if I do find it, maybe I'll put it in the description or here or somewhere. I don't know. But I feel like that one really helped me because yeah, it just has everything that you need for organic chem on there. So maybe I'll put that somewhere. For chem, what really helps is studying ahead, because if you find it hard to grasp simple different topics, also for maths, guys, this also applies for maths. These subjects that you find hard to grasp topics right away in class, I'd advise you study ahead, so that when you get to class, it's basically like you're revising and you can ask the teacher different questions on the topic. You know what I mean? So resources I recommend are Cambridge in 5 minutes. They help me a lot with the organic chem aspect of chemistry. And like, yeah, their videos are pretty chill. You can also just search chemistry IGCSE videos. Like, the videos are not that hard to find. Physics maths tutor for topical past paper questions, and Papa Cambridge for full past papers. So all these sciences that I did were all extended. I didn't do anything core. Also for maths, I did not do any core maths. So yeah, English language. I just got an A in the subject, so I'm not the best person to come to for this, but yeah, to be honest, I feel like I flopped on my paper 2 narrative. I feel like that one is just not it, but that's besides the point. This subject is not rocket science. You just do past paper questions, have your teacher mark them. Like, yeah, that's it basically. You just do questions and then you have your teacher mark them. I don't advise you mark your own paper questions unless it's just like the comprehension side, but then also like you don't really need to be marking the comprehension side for real. Just focus. I feel like focus. Okay, like do your full paper at times, right? But if you want to be getting detailed marking feedback or marked feedback, you should have your teacher mark your paper 2 questions and also the last question in your paper 1. I don't know if things have changed or the format has changed by now, but I'm just talking about the syllabus that was used, that I wrote for 2024 exams, October, November. If your vocabulary isn't the best, maybe try reading books and stuff outside of like schoolwork, just to pick up on different interesting ways you can use in your writing. Resources I recommend are IGCSE Success and Totally. Yo guys, Totally, oh my way, guys. Like IGCSE Success and Totally, they're like this for me, like my fighters were like, I love them so much. Literature in English. I think the books or whatever, I don't know if the poems and books have changed in terms of like what you guys are analyzing now for the class of 2025 and onwards. They'll definitely change in the future though. The books I did were Death and the King's Horseman, Purple Hibiscus, and I guys, like I even got an Eastern literature case. I didn't see the name of my volumes and whatnot, but just know the volume that I studied included both the city planners, the planners and stuff like that, like death, blah blah blah, environment, all of that stuff, right? Like life and death and stuff like that. Those were the things that I remember from my whatever volume and stuff. So for this, do as many past paper questions as you can and have your teacher mark them. What I recommend is that you do past paper questions, right? And then your teacher marks them. Do not do more past paper questions until you receive that feedback, because you're just gonna be performing at the same level as you were previously. So you might as well, you just wait for your teacher to give you back your mark papers and then you start working again after receiving that feedback. So yeah. So you just continue that cycle for every single paper, because it's basically the same thing for every single paper, right? Do summary poem analysis sheets for every single poem that you do. I did 15 poems, so I had analysis sheets for every single poem where I just had the title, poets, basically the gist of what it's about, interesting quotes and stuff like that. I know people are like, oh, they reread the book and stuff multiple times, like many times, they memorized that book. Guys, if I'm gonna be honest, I read the book once, and then like literature was like the 3rd week or 4th week into exams, and I was like, hey man, like literature's coming up. That was after me writing all my STEM subjects. I was like, damn it, I have to write literature. And I keep on I'm like, okay, let me look at these past paper questions. Keep on line for my past paper question to give my teacher to mark for me. When I'm looking at the extract, guys, I couldn't recognize where in the book that extract is from. I'm like, damn it, I need to reread the book again. So that was the only time I reread Purple Hibiscus. So I read it twice. One time when we were reading with the class, the second time like 4 days a week before exams. Not even exams as a total, like the literature exam itself. So this was in the middle of exam season. I'm rereading Purple Hibiscus and Death and the King's Horseman, the play. But guys, I personally don't recommend it. I think that if you're gonna reread your book, I think reread it like maybe a week or 2 before like the total IGCSE exams period, so you don't have too much pressure. Cause guys, naked, like I was going crazy at that time. Like I was not okay. That was a lot, and I was so stressed. And that ultimately culminated in me not I wasn't paying attention in my paper 3, so I didn't have enough time. I almost got a panic attack in the middle of my paper 4 because I was thinking about how I didn't finish paper 3, and then I also had thought that was just a lot. Like I couldn't even understand, because for paper 4, the unseen, I usually do poetry, but I could just not understand that freaking poem. I just couldn't understand it. I was like, dang bro, I gotta put something down on this freaking paper. So I just put, only what I put down made sense because I got an E star, but I keep guys, like I thought that's all goes back, to be honest. Shout out to my literature teacher. She carried me through that subject though. Like I feel like the teacher that you have mark your papers really plays it plays a lot into how well you perform in literature. So if you feel like your teacher is not the best in terms of giving feedback, just try get another teacher in your school to mark the papers. If you don't have any teacher in your school at all, I don't know, maybe try get a tutor for literature, because you can't mark the papers on your own, guys. We're students, bonnet than the experts. You have to get an expert to mark your paper and give you proper feedback to actually improve. So resources I recommend are Claire's notes for poetry, like the poems, poetry analysis, and Mr. Pollard's English for Purple Hibiscus, and Cliff Notes for like just general play analysis notes and like stuff like that. Yeah, global perspectives, guys. Now getting into the exotic subjects that not everybody does. This subject is very rare. Like I barely ever found, I did not even find any resources for the subject, guys. Like I was just tagging it out on my own, to be honest. There was this one website that I used, but I don't even remember what the name was. But it wasn't that, to be honest, it wasn't that helpful. All it had was the mark scheme and the mark allocation for each coursework. But anyways, each coursework component. But anyways, this subject, I really like it. It was fun. I liked it. It was fun to research and stuff. It was a nice break from all my subjects that were like very like, you know what I mean? Like physics, chem, bio. Like it was a nice break. But it's, don't get me wrong, it's still a lot of work because the coursework is a huge component of it. Like it's like what, 75%, 40, like 65%. Like it's just a huge, like it's majority coursework based, right? So you need to maximize on the coursework to get the best amount of marks. The written paper, don't get me wrong, it's also like quite important. So you also need to do quite well on that if you want to get top grades like A's and A stars. But if you just get like very, very good marks in coursework, you won't fail this subject. Like you won't fail. It's very hard to fail the subject if you do well in your coursework. So there's the IR and the team project. The IR thought that guys, make sure your citations are uniform throughout and develop your analysis. Don't just list points, and obviously don't plagiarize. The frick, don't plagiarize, guys. Don't plagiarize. Don't use AI to write your work because they will be able to tell. When they use TED, personally, I had to do a free trial for Grammarly to be able to check my work because I was so scared. Like that was my biggest fear, guys, of mine. But thank goodness I made it out, and they didn't falsely flag me for plagiarism. Thank goodness, honestly. For the team project, if your team isn't the best, like, because personally our teams were relatively randomly assigned because people just had to pick what topic they wanted to do, and if the people that wanted to do the same topic as you were not the most driven, that was obviously like more of a disadvantage on your part, but not too much, guys. Like it's not that bad. Like all you need to do is log in on your reflective paper and make sure that's very good, like very reflective, like in depth, like you are really analyzing your team, like the things that you guys did, the things that you did as a teammate, like you really go into depth on that. And if you just nail that reflective paper, your outcome doesn't really matter because it's like what, it's like 10 marks out of like the 70 or however many marks there are. So if you get 60 out of 70 and that's like 0 on the outcome but 100% on the reflective paper, that's still very good, and I think that will still get you an A star, right? Yeah. Make sure you never exceed the word limit, guys. Like really ever, like if you're exceeding the word limit, it's by 100 words, because let me tell you, you'll cry or if you when you have to cut down those words, guys. Guys, that was torture. I won't even lie. Like guys, it took me like 4 hours to cut down my words from however many, 4K, I don't know how many, but there were a lot, guys. Like it took so long, 4 hours, guys, and that was like one session over multiple sessions, probably over 20 hours to cut down. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it was just a lot, guys. Just make sure you never exceed your word limit because you're gonna suffer. You will suffer so much. Like just listen to your teacher when they say do not exceed that word limit. Don't. For the written paper, just memorize the mark scheme. It's very easy. Personally, but you know what I did? My teacher, for GP, I don't have any resources to give you. My teacher gave us all the resources we needed. But luckily, all these resources, you can find them on Cambridge websites. Like for the written paper, my teacher had just gave us a mark scheme of the basic points that you need to know for every generic points. And then you can obviously like tweak them to each and every case study that you get. But it's basically the same thing all the time, guys. Like GP written paper is not that hard. Like just memorize 2, 3, 4 points to just blurt onto the freaking paper, and then you're done. You got your A star in that paper. Like if you have any, like since like I mentioned, I don't have any specific resources. So if you have like specific questions for GP, comment down below. Only I can respond to your comments. Okay, enterprise. I also only got an A for this subject, so it's not like the best, like it's not an A star, so I don't know if I'm most qualified to give advice on this, but yeah, this subject also doesn't have that many resources so online, so don't be fooled into prioritizing coursework for this subject, because I know your teacher may battle this, oh no, coursework is this. Coursework and the written paper are equally weighted, they're 50-50. So if you fail your written paper but you pass your coursework, you're still not gonna pass the subject as well as you'd like to, because they're both 50-50. It's not like in GP where coursework is majority. So you should also don't neglect your written paper because it also carries quite a bit of weight. Despite this, you should be like at the very least maximizing on coursework. If you want to get top grades like A's and A stars, because the written paper threshold is quite low because the time is very short, like 90 minutes for 100 marks. Like most people don't finish the paper. Even if they do, it's not to the best of their capabilities. Like personally, I rushed. One of the last question that I did was very rushed. Like I was just writing anything at that point. So maximize your marks on your coursework because that's where the threshold is usually a lot higher. So get higher marks in your coursework, and then you can maybe scrape through with like a 60% or something in your written paper, and then you'll get an A star in enterprise. Don't be fooled by that low threshold though. Like I previously mentioned, it's a very short time to screen in terms of that paper. Like it's very hard to finish that paper. I recommend having flashcards for the keywords and definitions that you need to know, and of course the case study is released like before, like a month or so before your actual exam. So I recommend like having like a study group type thing where you discuss like different topics that might come out of the case study. Like personally at my school, we would brainstorm different topics that would come out of the case study based on what was written in that case study. Hey, yeah, I'm saying case study a lot, but yeah, we brainstorm topics that we think could come out in the paper based on what's written in the case study. And I feel like we were right, because when I got into that paper, most of the questions that we thought would come out came out. So I didn't even have to look at my case study during that entire paper. It was so blank, but I didn't even open it. I just went into the questions and I started answering. So yeah, of course do time past papers to practice your time management skills. And when you do those past papers, have your teacher mark them for you. You cannot mark your enterprise past paper yourself, guys. I'm so sorry. Like maybe the first section you can mark for yourself, but section B, where you actually have to apply your analysis and evaluation and application skills, your teacher has to mark that for you. Make sure guys, don't sleep on application. You need to apply in your enterprise papers, because if you don't, you'll fail. Resources I recommend for this are the Cambridge exemplar answers and marked coursework samples from Cambridge. Yeah, enterprise doesn't have that many like online resources, but yeah. French, like I started French back in like Form 2, so I only did French for like 3 years, 2.5 years, and yet I still managed to get an A star, guys. Like, and previously I was getting like C's in French, so I went from like C's to A star. Like, you can still do it, guys. I know people say like watch shows and stuff in French, and yeah, maybe that might help you, but I personally did not do that. I tried. I was like, oh no, I watched that French show, I watched it, I saved it. I did not watch the show. I feel like for Cambridge it's very specific vocab that you have to know for French, so I'd say just go through the syllabus and then just learn the vocab that's in the syllabus, because there's just a bunch of words that you have to know, like A, B, C, D, whatnot, those categories. You have to know those words. So just learn those words, put them on flashcards. Paper 1, I'd say just practice. Honestly, like practice makes perfect in terms of listening skills. If you feel like listening to French songs will help you do that too. I know some people in my class that did that. I didn't do that personally. I just honestly just did the past papers like verbatim. Like even if I was getting like 14, 20 out of 40 or whatever in the papers and failing those papers, I still continued reading the past papers until I got it. If you find new words in the listening papers or paper 1, 2, 3, 4, like any new words, just make flashcards of those words so you can go over them until you know those words, because those are the words that will keep on coming up. For the reading and writing paper, you have to know your tenses and your grammar. Use them tastefully and stuff. Yeah, it's just basic stuff. For the oral, to practice that, personally I recorded myself. I wrote the answers like from the oral sheet, like question paper. I wrote them down and then I read them out into my voice recording thing, and then I listened. Sometimes I listen to them on the way to school, but that was during like the peak exam season. But yeah, just so you can get used to speaking French and stuff, because you may be good at writing French, but then once it comes to speaking French, you may freeze up, and you don't want to freeze up during the actual exam. To be honest, my teacher is the one who made most of the resources I used, so I can't really give any recommendations, but just use the Cambridge ones. Like the ones that are available online from Cambridge are not that bad. So it's basically just past papers which you can find on Papa Cambridge. But you can also search IGCSE French questions of IGCSE French tutorials on YouTube, and you could probably find stuff there. Lastly, general tips for IGCSE. Try your best to be ahead of class, so you are like basically revising in class, and like you can ask your teacher questions in subjects like maths. Like if your teacher isn't the best at explaining topics, just go and find people that explain it on YouTube and then after that you go to class and you know what the teacher's talking about already, so you won't be as like confused. If you have issues with motivation and stuff, guys, I always get messages on my TikTok and stuff about how, oh my gosh, how did you get the motivation to study? I have no motivation to study. Guys, you don't live off of motivation. You have to be disciplined in everything that you do, especially when it comes to studying. At the very least, have your why. Like, why are you studying? Past papers are key. Do past papers as much as you can, as many as you can, okay? But personally, I'm gonna come clean and say that I don't think I did that many. People say they did like 5 years of past papers, but I think I did past papers only until 2022 or 2021, maybe even 2020 if I stretch it. Not even 2020, but I did not do that many past papers, guys. How I specifically studied like on a general basis for every single subject is like, I use the flow technique, the flow state technique or whatever. So that's basically whereby you study as long as you can, like you start from 0 minutes up until you are, like you feel like you cannot carry on anymore. And that's not after 10 minutes, bro. Like if you feel tired after 10 minutes, that's not you being tired, that's just you being demotivated. Like push past the 10 minutes, push past the at the very least the 45 minutes, okay? But personally, I would be able to go for like 90 minutes to 2 hours if I was like, but yeah, so like after those 90 minutes to 2 hours, I would then take a break proportionate to how tired I was, which was usually like 30 minutes to an hour of a break. And then I'll repeat the same thing for each study cycle until I was done. Up until like 4 to 5 hours of study for every single school day. But if I'm gonna be real, on a realistic, like a very realistic school day, maybe on like a bad day would be like 3 hours of study after school, outside of school hours, 3 to 4 hours. And then on a good day, it would be 5 hours and then 6 hours if I'm pushing it. You know, that's on weekdays. And then on weekends, I would do like 5 to 8 hours of study. And I also had a full free day, which was my Saturday. So on Sunday, I would study for like 5 to 8 hours. And then Saturdays, I would be totally free. I would not touch a book at all. And that's also good because it gives you something to look forward to at the end of the week. So you're not just go 100% of the time, which is not healthy. Like, you need some time to rest. Personally, I recommend like tracking your studying using a study tracker. I use Study Bunny. I feel like that one is good because it's very simple. You just use a color-coded system for every single subject that you do. It helps me see like how much I studied for each subject over the course of a month or over the course of a week and stuff like that. So if I see that I've been giving too much attention to a specific subject, then I can be like, okay, no, let me just maybe not tone it down a bit, but like let me try to focus on other subjects as well. Like, guys, I use the study timetable personally. Like, I feel like having a study timetable helps because it helps you have a gist of like what you're supposed to do in each day. So like you can say what you're doing biochem and maths on this specific day, and then you do this other subject on the specific day. And yeah, I think I can put a picture of this timetable that I used for my mocks, and during my mocks I got 5 A stars and like the rest were A's, and I copied that exact timetable for my finals, and then my finals I got 7 A stars and 2 A's. So that timetable was obviously very effective. I can make a video on how to make a study timetable. Just comment down below and I'll do the video for you in detail. It's obviously not very rigid, like you can change it around to how you feel like you need to. If you feel like you've been doing too much of the subject, if you feel like you're getting better at the subject, you can switch around the times for each subject. And yeah, so yeah guys, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. If you want specific videos on any subject, if you want a specific video for timetables, like any types of videos that you guys want, comment down below. But I'm gonna close this video with saying, if you're not Christian, I don't know, whatever supreme being you believe in, but personally I feel like God really helped me throughout that time in Form 5, guys. Like, it was a very dark time. Like, guys, like even the day before exams, guys, I had like a whole breakdown. I thought life was over for me, bro. Like, I thought it was over for me, but I came out the other side. Like, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Form 5s who are watching this right now for motivation or whatever, push. You're almost there, guys. You're almost there. It's mock season coming up right now. These are the holidays you should be studying. These are the holidays you should be studying ahead using. Like, you should be studying ahead. I know some of you guys are not done with your syllabuses or your syllabi by now, because I wasn't done with all of my syllabi by this time. So this is your time to study ahead and push and get the grades that you want on desire. So I'm gonna close this off by saying God bless you guys. Thanks be to God for giving me the grace that I got. I'm totally and eternally grateful because they changed my life, as you guys have seen from the previous vlog. Watch that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe and all that stuff. Yeah,